family, and we're going to learn about how to actually leverage business credit to help reduce your guys' liability and bandwidth for execution. Okay, we're going to do all of that today. Now, with that said, there is some stuff that I want to cover before we get started. Okay. In 2008, today is very similar to the 2008 Obama election. Okay. And I want to talk to you guys about economics, because one thing that I know about a good percentage of the people that are on this training today is that people live in fear, and it's one of the 6 negative emotions. And if you live in fear, if you live in worry, worry is the second of the 6 negative emotions. And there's jealousy and there's all kinds of other stuff, right? But fear and worry are the 2 things that hold a lot of people back in entrepreneurship and business. Even entrepreneurs, they function on high emotion. Look, guys, this is not the time for you guys to be functioning on high emotion. The only reason you would be worried or fearful is because you lack in information. And for that purpose, I'm not going to motivate you guys today. I'm going to give you guys information. If you guys want motivation, Google Goggins. Okay, just go to Goggins channel. So yo, Google. Can I Google Goggins? Then you guys go see Goggins channel. They'll motivate you. I don't motivate. I'm going to give you guys information. Okay. Now, with that said, you guys have to promise me that if we give you information, I need you guys executing. Okay. I need you guys execute, because the biggest thing is you're not going to get through this economically unless you execute. That's just plain and simple. Okay. So at the end of this, I'm going to invite a handful of you guys to come in and work with me. There is a financial investment to work with me, but to your benefit, you're going to profit immensely. I have invested over $1 million into my education over the years, and to your guys' benefit, you guys get to learn from it today for free. Okay. And I'm going to give you guys some real information that's going to help a lot of you guys. But understand that today is one day. I can't give you guys a PhD in this stuff. It took me 28 years to get here. I can probably get you guys there in about 3 to 5 years. So the closer in proximity you are to me, my staff, and my inner circle, the quicker it's going to be for you, plain and simple. Or you can try to find somebody as educated as me in this realm of real estate, and you won't find them. And if you do, I want to meet them. Please introduce me to them, because I want to meet them, because they're a badass. And so what I'm telling you guys is embrace the information that I give you guys today, and stop worrying about the election, guys. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. People just hate the unknown. And for the vast majority of you guys that are sitting and worrying in fear about, oh, who's going to be the president? Look, guys, I hope as much as you do that the policies and the election go in our favor for real estate and investors and entrepreneurship. Okay. But I can't control that, right? Like, I'm one person that can vote. So go vote. Get your ass out, go vote. If you have a strong opinion. At the end of it, we don't have much other choice than to continue executing. Large corporations, ladies and gentlemen, don't function on who's going to be the next president in the next 4 years. They set 15-year goals ahead of time, and they parlay in that direction. And so what I'm telling you guys is stop worrying about who's going to be president and start executing, because you have more variables under your control than you have not in your control. Nothing happens overnight. If you don't like the policies that we have in our country, there are better countries to live in for certain reasons, but we're still the best country to live in when it comes to entrepreneurship, business, and capitalism. Okay. As bad as we are, as much bullshit as we have, we are still the best country as far as capitalism. Now, there's more beautiful places in the United States, and there's places with a lot better food, healthier laws, and a lot of other stuff. Okay. And if that's you, go make a shit ton of money and get out of here, and travel immensely all over the world. Okay. Otherwise, shut up and get to work. Okay. That's my point today. Shut up, get to work. And I'm going to give you information that you can apply and start working, because at the end of the day, yes, I want a certain president, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to continue moving forward. So if we get the wrong president, are you going to cuddle up inside a pine box and bury yourself 6 feet under? Or are you going to get your shit together and you're going to start executing? There's no difference between today and tomorrow, guys. Stop waiting for the elections. That's what average people do. One thing I know about my audience is you guys aren't average people. You guys are above average people. Because if you wouldn't, Only 5% of the population will invest in themselves. That includes time. Time is the biggest asset you have. And if you're investing the time to be here, then execute. Now let's learn some good shit today. Okay, now, single family. Don't be fix and flipping. It's my first thing in education. It's dumb right now. Inflation has went too far up post-pandemic. It's a high-risk business. Yes, you can make some money in there. And yes, you can probably make more money than you're making right now doing fix and flips. But why, if you're going to put that type of time and effort into something, are you going to go in and invest it into something that would only give you a $30,000, $40,000 profit in 5-6 months when you can go in and spend the exact same amount of time doing something that can give you a 6-figure return? And it's proven that we've done. And so today, I want to teach you that. I want to share with you guys what we've been doing. And some people ask, well, Jerome, how do you know it's recession-proof? Nothing's completely recession-proof. And the reality behind it is that you have choices in what you do. And you can go in and you can still fix and flip. I used the fix and flipping as a tool in my early years of development because it offset my payroll. So in times that we didn't have enough new builds coming out of the ground fast enough, I would just stick my employees and fix and flips. It was a tool, not a business. It was a tool. And fix and flipping, I would advise to keep it as a tool, not a business, guys. I know that because you can touch it and you can feel it and it's tangible. It looks like it's less risky, but it's not. New construction, ground up in real estate is safer and more financially viable than fix and flipping, hands down, all the way across the board. Okay. Now, nothing wrong with wholesaling. It's a great means and it's a great job. But if you want to be able to get wealthy, we need to get you guys doing bigger stuff. Okay. And the reality is, I want to put you guys where you have a bigger problem than money. The biggest problem that I want to teach you guys how to do is, how do I make so much money that I have a tax liability, I have a tax problem. And now you have a real problem. Making money is not a problem, guys. Keeping your money is a bigger problem. Okay. I'm going to give you guys a financial opportunity today doing what I do for a living. Okay. And that's doing ground up construction. I have done ground up residential construction for a long time. I just had my Build Wealth community down here this weekend. We had 80 people down here. And all those 80 people, I took them to a $50 million multifamily development that we have under construction that we're doing and we're facilitating right now. And then I took them to another one that's a $62 million development that's going to be breaking ground in March. And then I took them to an $820,000 house. And then I took them to some other houses. And so I took them and we loaded up luxury vans and we drove to projects, real projects, guys, not bullshit projects, my projects, real projects, teaching them and showing them exactly what we do. Okay, exactly what I'm going to teach you guys today. But they got to touch it, they got to feel it, they got to see it. And so it's tangible, right? And most of these people, because they're our Build Wealth community, they are already doing it. But they got to see it in the reality of what Jerome does, right? Like how I do, exactly how I do, because they get to touch the windows, see the cabinets, look at the houses. By the way, this is one of our houses up in Kirkland, Washington. It's right behind me. Well, the cleaning lady was cleaning it. Okay. Now, let's get into this, guys. What cities do we have you guys from today? Throw your city up here again. I know you guys have already thrown it. I saw Chicago. I saw St. Petersburg, Florida. I saw all kinds of stuff. Las Vegas, San Antonio, Miami, Phoenix, Las Vegas, El Paso. Bro, El Paso, you guys are freaking grown, man. I was just down there 2 weeks ago. I was friggin' shocked. Like, damn, El Paso is grown like crazy. It's unbelievable. That area there on the west side with all the restaurants is unbelievable. What an incredible development down there in El Paso. Atlanta, cool. San Antonio, cool. All right. We got everybody from all the major cities: Vancouver, Boston, Indianapolis, Indianapolis, man, you guys too. Jacksonville, a little hidden secret. Fort Lauderdale, I was just down there 2 weeks ago. Freeport, Louisiana, Richmond, Virginia. All right. Las Vegas, Orange County. Okay, cool. Look, guys, Charlotte, North Carolina, Lakeview, Orlando, Red Deer, Canada. Cool. Fort Worth, Las Vegas. Okay, perfect. Look, guys, in every single one of the cities that was labeled up there, every single one of them, yes, get your spot for Scottsdale in a couple of weeks. We're sold out for Scottsdale, guys. I might open up 5 tickets today, but That's about all I can open up, man. We are hammered for Scottsdale. Okay, got a lot more people going out there than we expected, so it's a good thing. Okay, guys, no matter where you're at across the country, you need to look for land. And here's the thing, guys. Land is one of those things where people go, do I need to have the land before I actually go in and start a build? You need to know what lot you're going to buy, but you don't need to pay for it. You know, there's a way to do this with very little money out of pocket. Okay. Now, you're going to need some resources, and I'm going to give you those resources. Okay. Jessica, congrats on your 12 acres. Look, guys, smaller is better when you're starting out. If you have experience, go after some big deals. If you don't have experience, guys, humble yourself down to some smaller deals. You'll make more money, less risk, and quicker money, quicker. Okay. Biggest thing is, how fast can I get money in your pockets? This is already going to take you guys all about 9 to 12 months anyways. So let's get it going, because if over the next 12 months, you guys can go in and make $150,000 net, how many of you guys would be excited about that? Just say yes in the chat. You guys would be excited about that. Okay, cool. I know sometimes it's easier to find bigger parcels, but sometimes less is more, guys. Less is more. Don't be too excited to get big deals. There's money in small deals, guys. There's a lot of money in small deals. Even my big giant $70 million developments, those are like 5.5 acre parcels, guys. And I'm putting up 200 units multifamily on. So just backpedal here, guys, a little bit. Let's get you guys making some money. Now, homes, guys, don't focus on broke people. Okay, don't focus on broke people, and don't focus on the median middle class. Okay, those people don't have expendable capital, unfortunately. They should, but they don't. It's just the way our country is built. The percentages are the same. Now, because of that, I want you guys to focus on the upper middle class. Don't focus on the ultra wealthy, and don't focus on anything over like $1 million unless you're in really affluent cities. Okay? Now, if we're in really affluent cities, California, San Diego, not LA, if we're up in like Sacramento, if we're up in like the Bay Area, if we're in like Salt Lake City, if we're in Miami, if we're in some of these big cities, these big metropolitan areas where real estate is expensive, you can get up to about 1.3 to 1.5 max. Don't go past that, no matter where you are across the United States. Nowhere. Okay? Hawaii, yeah, you're going to have to get like 1.5 in Hawaii too. Between 1.1 and 1.5 in Hawaii. Otherwise, you're going to be, and the thing about like island building, guys, and I know there's probably only a few of you guys on the islands, we just built in Puerto Rico during COVID, is that transport, freight, the cost of freight is friggin' expensive. So the cost to build on islands is more expensive, hands down. Okay? So just take what I'm talking about here and probably multiply it at least by 2. Okay? In Hawaii, maybe even by 3. Okay? Okay, Lake Havasu. Yep, this business model works exactly in Lake Havasu. Okay, Lake Havasu, over Lake Tahoe, all those areas. Reno, all those areas. Okay, now Sierra Nevada, Sierra California, all of those areas. Okay, now look, guys, upper middle class. Upper middle class. Let me share my screen with you guys so we can go over this together. Let me share my screen. Okay, you guys will see my white screen. Let's crush this out of the park. Let me see. Change the zoom on me. Okay, share. All right, you guys see my screen? Just say yes. Just say yes. If you see my screen, say yes in the chat. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. Upper middle class. Best profits, and I like the best, safest area to be, 700 to 850. What should you be paying for your land? Someplace between 20 to 25% of this cost right here. Okay. Not more than that. Nothing more than that. Okay. So when we go in, you should be someplace between 20 to 25%. If you get it for less, even better. Okay. If you get it for less, even better. Now, with that said, where do you build? Where do you find land? Who wants to know where to find land? Say yes if you want to find land. Where do you find land, guys? Okay. I want to show you guys something. Share my screen again. Let me show you something here. This is where you find land. You find land where your business model is supported. You find comps when you find land. Let's go through this really quick. We're going to go in. What is happening here? Stop share. Share screen. Let's go in, and I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's go look at Zillow. Okay. Okay. Check this out. Broadcast. Why is it not letting me go? Okay, guys, hold on 1 second here. I'm not sure why it's not letting me go. If not, we'll just go back to my whiteboard and I'll explain it to you guys. I was going to show you. How many of you guys would rather be shown? Okay. Share screen. Start broadcast. 2, 1, boom. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, let's go in here and let me show you guys some stuff. When we go in here, guys, go to Google, let's go to Zillow, let's go to Redfin. Okay, you guys can follow along with me here. Okay, now, look, ladies and gentlemen, you don't look for land. Notice what I'm doing here. I'm going to put a filter on. This is the first problem most people make, so learn from this. Don't do this. Don't do this, guys. Do not look for land. You don't look for land. You look for a business model. So when I go in here, I want to buy. I'm going to look for stuff for sale. Okay. And what am I looking for? Okay. Phoenix is in here. I must have Phoenix last time. Let's look at something else. Okay. So we go in here. Let's look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville always has my curiosity. Okay, so Jacksonville, Florida. Price range, I don't care about yet. Okay, I don't care about that yet. Right, now, let's set our filters here. Okay. So notice, I'm going to go in here. And I'm looking for houses. Okay, houses. Not land. Not land. Houses, guys. Okay, I'm looking for houses. Only thing I care about is I care about when they were built. Why is it that I care when they were built, guys? Can somebody on here tell me why I care what year they're built or sold? In the chat, why do I care when they're sold? I need some participation, guys. Why do I care when they're sold? Take a guess. It's okay to be wrong. Can you guys see my screen? Yes or no? Hey, yes, sir. I can't see the comments on here. Can they see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so minimum price, guys, I'm gonna put 600K. I'll put 550 just to give us some bandwidth. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Grand Park. Oh, I like these prices. Jacksonville, Xenia, or Cassia, sorry. Little program homes. Look, guys, 2,500 square feet. $1.1 million. Wow. Jacksonville's popping, man. Even these less affluent areas. Look at this, guys. 550 for a 2,200 square foot house. Oh, here we go. Right here. Right here, guys. You live in Jacksonville? I love this. $1.4 million. The square footage of this house is too big, but I will tell you that this comp is very supportive. Okay. Go back here. I want to look at something. What I'm looking at is I'm looking at the price per square foot. So 1,420,000 divided by 44.62. That's $318 a square foot. Okay, $318 a square foot. Oh shit, $3 million. It's crazy nice, expensive. Okay. Go back. Maybe 100. Oh, I like this area. 1 million. So far we're at 318 a square foot, guys. 318 a square foot. $1,058,000. $58,000 divided by 2591. Divided by 2591. Shit, $408 a square foot. Damn, that's good. You can make some money. Land will be expensive, but you'll make some money. Okay. 875 divided by 2846. 307 a square foot. 1.1 million. 1,105,000. $1,105,000 divided by 2565. 2565. You guys watching what I'm doing? $25.65. $430 a square foot. Holy shit! Get good prices. Okay. So those ones. 75. 75. 899. Huh. Look at this one for 899. 899 divided by 2572. 349 a square foot. So I'm going to call it $320 a square foot. Land in these areas are going to be a little bit more expensive because of how much houses are actually selling for. Okay. Now, don't be afraid of the land cost. I'm going to show you guys how to mitigate around that. If your price per square foot is over $280 a square foot, you're going to do just fine. If it's under, you're going to need to build a more modest home, and you'll still make good money, but you make a ton of money when you have a profitability $300 a square foot or more. Okay, all these homes support that in Jacksonville, by the way. Okay, now we're going to call it $320 a square foot. Let me stop screen share, and I'm going to share my whiteboard with you guys. Okay, you do the same thing. Now we get comps, and those comps give us the support we need to model after that. Okay, now we don't reinvent the wheel, guys. All we do is go in and we copy what's working already in those areas. Okay, so when we go in, we want to copy what the other builders have done and what is working in those areas. If you go into an area, there's no builders. Why is there no builders? Is there comps? Can you get support for your resale? That's important. Okay, now let's go in. Let me share my screen again with you guys, but I'm going to share my whiteboard. Oops. share my whiteboard with you guys, and let's break this down. You guys want to see the underwriting on this? Jacksonville, anybody? You guys want to see the underwriting on this? Yes or no? Okay. Okay, let's look at it. How many of you guys want to see a quick underwriting on a multifamily build? Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. All right, let's do it then. Stop talking about it. Let's do it. Okay. Here's what we're doing, guys. We're going to go in. A lot of those homes are right around that 2,500 square foot range. Okay. This is the home size. Okay. So if we take 2,500 square feet and we multiply it by this, 320, what is that number, guys? Who can give me that number? Who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? 800K. Good job, Ray. Hey, Esther, take Ray's information. Let's give Ray a t-shirt or a prize. Ray was the first one paying attention. Let's send Ray a t-shirt. Ray,
Okay.
drop your sheet t-shirt size in the chat, and I'll have Esther send you out one of our t-shirts to say investor or build wealth or something on it. Okay, give her extra large. Cool. We'll send you an extra large. Esther, remind me about that. Put that in my group chat, and we'll get that mailed. Private message, Esther, your address, Ray, and we'll get that for you. Okay, so 800K. So the resale price is going to be $800,000. Okay, now land cost, we're going to need this. So pay attention to that number. Okay, we're going to need this as well. Land cost is going to be someplace between 100 and someplace right between 100. I'll give you guys an opportunity to win another prize, another t-shirt here in a little bit, guys. I'll ask you guys a question here in a little bit. We'll give you guys an opportunity to win something else here in just a little bit, I promise. Okay. They send me their shirt size. You guys are funny, man. Let's get you guys winning something first. What do you guys think this is? You guys think this is soccer in 2024? Everybody gets a trophy. Even the weak crybaby losers. Nobody gets trophies but the winners, baby. Ray was number one. He came in first. Come on now. I roll old school, man. I was born in 1974. I'm old school, baby. You only get a trophy if you win. Cool. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Land cost is going to be someplace between that $100,000 and probably about that $150,000 range. Let's go on the high end, guys. Let's say that land is 150. Okay. If people come back and say, well, land's like 175. Good. Negotiate. I did a negotiation video the other day on YouTube. Watch it. Go watch it, guys. Tell you guys how to negotiate land, purchases, resales, all that stuff. Okay. Now, nationwide build cost on average is $141 per square foot. That's the national average, according to the National Association of Home Builders. Okay, the National Association of Home Builders is $141 a square foot. You guys are building nicer homes. A nicer home is going to cost you about $155 a square foot. Some of you guys are going to need general contractors. You're going to be someplace closer to about that $165 a square foot. Or thereabouts. Okay. So if we take 2,500 square feet, this is abbreviation for square foot, by the way, guys. This is supposed to be a square with a line through it. Okay. Oh, Preston, thank you. Okay, so we're going to take 2,500 times 165. Okay. Not yet. We're not there yet, Jessica. Not there yet. 2,500 times 165 is going to be 412,500. Okay. So cost to build is equal to 165. Oops, I'm sorry. That's not right. Give me a second. Cost to build is going to be $412,000. 412. Okay. 2,500 times 165. Okay. 412. Okay. Now, for lending, these two are the most important. Okay. For lending, pay attention to these two right here. Now, with that said, we have closing costs. Now, the National Association of Realtors just negotiated with their lawsuit, and now they have to disclose commissions. You guys could probably get this thing sold for about 2.5 to the seller's broker, 2.5% to the buyer's broker, 1% to escrow. So you take 6% of $800,000, okay? 6% of $800,000. What's your closing cost, guys? $48. Good job. Okay. $48,000. Okay, now we're going to have debt service. This is how lending. Let's talk about lending, guys. How many of you guys want to learn how to build these? Even if you can't afford an $800,000 house, how many of you guys want to build one and sell it and make money? Even for those of you guys that say right now, I can't afford an $800,000 house, but shit, I want to make some money on them. I want to build them. Can't afford one, but I want to build one, so I can afford one. Right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about lending. Okay, before I go any further. Let me go through the debt service so we know what our cost to build is, and then we'll talk about lending. Our debt service is on these two right here. Okay, right here. So lending, guys, what we need is we need $562,000, right? That's what we need. Yes or no? Okay. We'll just round up in whole number, Preston. I mean, who was that? Sorry, I missed the name. Okay. So lending, this is what we need. The bank at stabilized when you have a house, if you're an investor, they're only going to give you a max of 80% loan to value, okay? At stabilization, meaning that it's done. You got your certificate of occupancy. Okay? So 640. Okay, now we take $800,000 times 0.8, $640,000. Okay? Now, if the bank is looking at this from a lending perspective, and I know a lot of you guys weren't taught this in school, unless you went and got your MBA or something like that. The vast majority of guys were never taught this in college or in high school or in grade school. And so the biggest dilemma that I have is the fact that I have to go up against 13,000 hours of bullshit school teaching you about when Christopher Columbus discovered America. Has that made you guys any money, by the way? Have you guys made any money knowing when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue? Anybody? How many of you guys have made some money learning what the sine, cosine, and tangent is of 562? Any of you guys ever made any money doing that? Any of you guys? Okay. So why they don't teach you this in school is beyond my understanding. I have no clue. But we're going to teach you some stuff that you need to know. Tangible stuff that's going to make you some money. Okay. We're not going to teach you about adverbs, pronouns, and adjectives and bullshit like that. We're going to teach you about real stuff. Okay. Now, $640,000, guys, is what the bank will give you stabilized. And the bank will end up having $160,000 in equity. The bank, when you go in for like a construction loan, okay, for a construction loan, will only give you about 80% loan to cost, LTC, loan to cost. So this is what you need, okay? How many of you guys in here work for free? Do any of you guys in here work for free? If you do, let me know. Just put yes in the chat if you work for free. If you don't, put hell no. Alex, you work for free? Cool. Drop your phone number to Esther. You work for free. I want your number. Unless you don't work, unless you really don't work. Like, I'm talking like, do you really work for free? Like, will you work for free? I'll work for free under circumstances that I have an ROI down the road. But in this scenario, you don't work for free. Okay? So if you don't work for free and this is your raw cost, is it okay to tell the bank that your cost to build is actually more than this? This is what you need, but you need to make a profit. So it's okay to tell the bank, like, hey, yeah, my cost to build is actually a little more than this. So I go in and this $800,000 house, what if we told the bank that cost us, let's say, $740K to build retail? Okay, the bank still has $60,000 in equity, but they're only going to give you 80% on a construction loan. So let's see what that looks like. 740 times 80% times 0.8, $592,000. So if you underwrite it at a retail cost of 740, they're willing to give you $592,000. Okay, 592K is what the bank will allow. How much do you need? Does that amount include the land? It does, doesn't it? Okay. So you only get charged interest on what you draw. So if you don't draw on the other $30,000, you never get charged for it. But wouldn't you guys rather have a cushion than not? I would. I'd rather have a cushion. So you can essentially go in with only a deposit, and the bank on your first draw give you $150,000. Now, I will tell you right now, how do you get to this? Do not go to the bank. Do not go to the bank and ask them for a loan until you have a piece of land and you've went through the process. Okay? Go get affirmation that the house is going to sell for $800K. That amount right there. Okay? $800K. Give or take, right? Tie up your land and then start through the process. Process number 1, survey. Number 2, architecture. Number 3, engineering. And number 4, permits and lending. That's the process right there. For those of you guys that are tying up a piece of land, never tie up a piece of land unless you have affirmation that comps support the bill. Okay? In this circumstance, I want to make sure that houses, I can really get that $800,000 out of my house. If I go build an $800,000 house around a bunch of $400,000 houses, How likely is it for me to sell that house for $800,000? Is it good or is it bad? What's my likelihood? Good or bad? Okay. So don't come to me and tell me I have a piece of land and I want to do your business model, and then we run comps, and the best comp is 400 grand. I'll tell you, sell the land. And people say, well, I had a student, guys, and I'll tell you this right now. I need you guys to reframe your brain. I need you to reframe your brain. My student came to me and he said, Jerome, I tied up a piece of land. I said, awesome. Where did you tie up the land? And he told me. I went and did a little research. And I said, bro, you'll make about $110,000. He goes, awesome. And I said, no, it's not awesome. Because less than 5 minutes away and just a few miles away, there's an area. In this area, you can build the exact same friggin' home that you build 3 miles away, and the house will sell for an extra $200,000. And when you do that, you're going to make closer to about $280,000. The land's a little more expensive. And he goes, well, I don't really care about that because I've never really made $110,000 a year. So I'm in a good place, even if I make 110. And I said, you're limited. You have limited beliefs, and that's stupid. Stop being ignorant. I told him, you're smart. If you're going to do the same exact amount of work to sell a house and make a $100,000 profit, why wouldn't you just go and build a house where you can make a $200,000+ profit? Would make most sense to me. Same amount of work. Okay. So always go in, guys. You guys have existing land, and yes, you can build on it, but it's better to build where you have affirmation. When you guys go in and you guys are going through the process, the survey sometimes is already put together. You can ask the seller if they have an existing survey. Okay. Now, if they don't, you're going to have to order one. Make them pay for it. And when you go in, it might take 2 weeks. There's an app, guys. It's called Land Glide. Okay. Land Glide. Use that app. Okay. Pull it up. It's all one word. Land Glide. You can literally go into Land Glide. You can measure the lot, and it's ran by satellite. It can see exactly where you are. You can walk to the property line, mark it with a stake or some marking paint, and do it on all four corners of a square lot, rectangular lot, whatever it is. And you could take a screenshot of the dimensions, send it to your architect, and your architect be working immediately. Okay. Okay. Now, once you go through this process and you have a finished set of blueprints, you could take this to the bank. And when you take this to the bank and you underwrite your build at a retail cost of the $740, the bank is willing to give you this $592. You don't have to execute that $592. You can execute to this $562. Okay, now, let's say that we have this loan on this $150K plus the build cost of $412. Okay. Okay, $562K. Let's call it 9% interest for 3 years. You can get better lending than that right now, guys, but let's just say it's 9%. Let's take this 562 times 9%. 562 times 0.09. It's going to be $50,000. You charge that 9% interest until you actually draw on that money. It escalates over time. So your first draw will be for the land. Okay. You'll only pay money post 30, meaning 30 days after you purchase the land, you're going to have a payment due for the interest that occurs when you purchase the land. The next month, you're going to start doing framing, concrete, everything, right? You're going to start all your horizontal construction. They don't just drop $412,000 in your bank account. They do it based on completion. So if you complete the foundation, they're going to give you money for your dirt work, your foundation, everything. And when you get that draw, that's where your interest starts to get serviced immediately. Make sense? Yes. Yes. Patrice, the land can be filtered into the construction loan. That's what we do. What all smart developers do. Okay? Keeps them liquid and reduces their liability. Okay, now. So we take $50,800 because it's escalating and the build is only going to take you about 6 months and you're going to try to sell that thing quick. The best rule of thumb is 30% of that. So times 0.30, that's 15,174. Okay. So we have our debt service. Be 15K. Oops. Or thereabouts. Okay. Now, I want you guys to add up these numbers, guys. I want you to add up this 15K. We got this 462 for the land and the construction money. And then we got the, we'll end up having our 6%. So land, bill cost. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. I combine those. Bill cost and closing costs. 48K. That one there. Okay. I need you guys to add up those three numbers. Who has those three numbers for me? 48K, 48 plus 562 plus 15. Who has that number for me? Okay. Who said that first, Esther? Who said that first?
Me.
Who's me?
It's Inez.
Good job, Inez. Let's send Inez a t-shirt. Inez, tell us what size you are. Let Esther know we're going to send Inez a t-shirt as well. And go ahead and get all her information in the chat. Okay. I'll give one more thing out at the end of the call, guys. The end of the call. Okay. Large, good. We'll send it out to you. Okay. Now, ask them if they want a resume up shirt, a build wealth shirt, or a real health, real wealth shirt, or our new one that nobody's seen yet. Nobody. They're pretty badass. If you ask me. They're pretty badass. Sarah designed them. They look good. Okay. So we take 800K minus 625 equals 175 net. Good job, Travis. 175K net. Okay. How are you doing, guys? What if you went in, took you 3 months, months 1 through 3, to go in and find land? Because you're confused. Then let's say it took you 2 months, months 3 and 4 for architecture. Let's say that months 4 and 5, we utilize those for permits. Permits and lending. Okay. It's going to take you 6 months to build this house. Months number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months. Months 11 and 12, resale. Month 13, month number 13, after you sell it, it sits in the market, you go through closing. Month number 13, you cash in. Okay? Yeah, Maggie, we got our 15% as we took our construction number, we multiplied that times 9%, and then we took 30% of 9%. Why 30%? Because 30% is about what it's going to be, because you don't pay the entire loan. They don't give you all the money all at once. Okay. Send you a recording of this. You can go back and rewatch it. Okay. But so you'll have that. Okay. So month 13, 175K. Now, building, guys, is not a full-time endeavor. You guys can stay doing your full-time job. This will take you about an hour a day. If you did this 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, you will be successful. You have to show up in the morning. If you have a full-time job, show up at 7. That's when the contractors show up. Go through the house real quick, even if they haven't shown up. Take pictures of any problems that there are, and then send them text messages and emails. Get those over to them. And on your way to work, you just make phone calls of problems. You take pictures and you text them to them. Does that make sense? You don't pull out a lawn chair. You don't go out and watch them with popcorn in a chair, guys. You go to work. Let them go to work. They're professionals. Then you come back daily and check on it. You make sure that you hold them accountable. All you need to do is leverage accountability. That's it. Okay? You do that, you're going to be in the top echelon of builders nationwide. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard, I promise. Okay. Now, next year, times 2. But the only way you could do that is by using business credit or getting the loan. You guys want to talk about business credit real quick? You guys want to talk about this real quick? Okay. This is gold, guys. I can't see that. Okay. We talked about construction lending. That's what this is right here. Is construction lending. You're using construction lending to build a house right here. Okay. Now, when you go in and get business credit, guys, if you haven't watched this, go to YouTube. I'm going to go through it abbreviated right now. Business credit is really important. It doesn't cost you much, if anything, to build business credit. How many of you guys went to college? And when you went to the bookstore in college, how many of you guys, when you guys got to the bookstore in college, after you registered for all your classes, how many of you guys saw Discover Card, MasterCard, or Visa and applied for a credit card the first day that you registered for college? Say yes. So what happens, guys, is when you do business credit, you go in and you get what's called, number 1, you get your LLC registered. Sorry, I'm ahead of myself here. I'm dyslexic too. But what you do, guys, is you go in and you get your LLC. Okay. It's number 1. Number 2. Now, a company called Prime Corp Services. I trust these guys. Steve Harworth and Tommy are good friends of mine. They're the owners. I'll give everybody on here a free LLC if you guys want one. Just send Esther your email, and we'll send you over a link for Prime Corp Services to set you up with a free LLC. You'll have to pay the state registration fees, but to set it up, the legal fees are free. Okay. Now, number 2 is you have to get an EIN number. That's an employer identification number. Okay, an employer identification number. Esther, write down all those emails. Let's send them the email for Prime Corp Services. Okay.
Okay.
How about this? Why don't we just make it easier? What if we just send everybody the link to Prime Corp Services? It's on here. You guys okay with that? Okay. Yes or no? You guys don't have to. You guys are free call with them. Esther, let Tommy know. Tommy's gonna be freaked out. He's gonna be like, "Holy shit! Why are so many people from Jerome's team calling us?" Give Tommy a heads up. Tell him I said. He'll be okay with it. All right, cool. All right, guys. So we'll get you guys set up with a free LLC, an EIN number. That's your employer identification number. You're gonna take this employer identification number. You're gonna open up a bank account. You need these 2 things to open up a bank account. Now, when you do this, the second you guys open up the bank account, you're going to be like your first day in college. When you go to the bookstore, your account manager is going to ask you, do you need a credit card for your business? Do you need a credit card for your business? The answer is yes, I do. Okay? When they ask that, it's probably only going to be for about maybe $5,000 to $10,000 limit. Okay, max. That's max that they'll give you. Not bad for a brand new business. You don't buy dumb shit with that. You go in and you invest that in your business. Okay, don't buy dumb shit with that. Now, once you do that, you're a real business. Number 4. Number 4, you're going to start building houses on this first build right here, guys. On this first build right here, this one here, you're going to get a construction loan. You're going to do this at the same time that you're doing this right here. Same time that you're doing this, you're doing this right here. Okay? Nothing different right here. Okay, now, the reason that you're going to do this at the same time is because think about it this way. Most companies, guys, how do they do their first year in business? Do you guys know the stats on how many companies make profits their first year? You guys realize that 98% of new businesses fail in their first year? You guys realize that? 98% of business fail in the first year. Out of the 2% of businesses that make it 12 months, 90% of those businesses don't turn a profit until year number 3. Year number 3, guys. You're going to 13 months, you're going to make $175K net. Your net is 175. Your EBITDA, your gross is 800K. So when you fill out an application for a business line of credit, they say, what is your first year annualized gross revenue after you got your construction loan? Your gross revenue is under 800K. How is your business doing? It's only one house, guys, but how is your business doing if you sell one home and you make 800K your first year, and on your bank statement or your bank application, you put that your business first year did 800K. You're a friggin' stud, are you not? You're friggin' banking, right? Like, I mean, that's friggin' great numbers. How are you doing if in your first year you're not just EBITDA positive, meaning that your gross profits are going up, but what if your net profits? Most businesses don't make a turn of profit until their third year. Guys, how are you doing when you show strength that your business its very first year did $175,000 net? How are you doing to the bank? Good or bad? I need participation, guys. Come on. Doing good. Now, when you do this, you go apply for a business line of credit by the time you're done with this right here. And when you collateralize that 175, I bet you can get someplace between a 500, 750K line of credit. Now, you could use this to build one home, and you could do a construction home for house number 2. Okay. And year number 2, you start building business credit. Year number 2, if you only do 2 of them, you do $1.6 million. Are you EBITDA positive? Yes. Are you profitable? 175 times 2. Friggin' yes. You're kicking ass. Okay. And it's very tangible, guys. This isn't cryptocurrencies. This isn't some bullshit that is going to last a week. It's not going to last a month. I have a guy that works for me right now. Good guy. Love him to death. But he's like hooked on TikTok Shop. And he's making like 30 grand a month on friggin' TikTok Shop. That's awesome. But the problem with TikTok Shop, like I told him, is I said, make as much friggin' money as you can. Because when the algorithms change with TikTok and TikTok Shop, your 30K a month might go down to 0. So enjoy it while it lasts. But this, guys, you'll have $340,000 in net profit year 2. Okay? This will last a lifetime. A lifetime, guys. This will last a lifetime. TikTok Shop, cryptocurrencies, NFTs. What happened to NFTs? They're friggin' gone. They're bullshit. They were a scam. Okay? Crypto will be around. Electronic currencies will be around. The heyday that we had will never exist again. You could get wealthy, not like you did with the one time. This, guys, we have a deficit of 7 million homes. It's going to take us 2 decades just to fulfill that, and the population is going to continue going up. When I graduated from high school in the early 1990s, there was 4 billion people on this earth. 32, 33 years later, whatever it's been, guys, there is 8 billion people on this earth. In just over 30 years, the population has doubled. What's going to happen 30 years from now? There's a damn good chance there's going to be 16 billion people on this earth. You have an industry that will last forever. Okay? Forever. Now look, guys, here's the thing. I'm going to invite, how many of you guys would love to be able to come in and learn how to do this in depth? Be able to have spreadsheets, software that'll help you do this. Budget, be able to know exactly how you budget stuff. I built a spreadsheet back in 1998 with my dad. That spreadsheet is enhanced. How many of you guys want to go in and learn how to do multifamily, guys? How many of you guys want to learn how to do multifamily? Let me show you something really quick. Let me share this with you one more time. Oops, hold on. Let me do this one more time. Let me show you something with multifamily, guys. I'm gonna talk about on October 12th. That's 2 weeks from now, guys. 2 weeks. October 12th. Scottsdale. Build Wealth Workshop. 9 to 12:30. We're going to build some friggin' houses. I'm going to go through this in depth. Every number. We're going to have a spreadsheet that goes over what the cost is for dirt. Cost is for dirt work. Cost is for framing, concrete, plumbing, electrical, roofing, the cost for cabinets, flooring, the cost for light fixtures, plumbing fixtures, landscaping, driveways, closing costs, everything. How to budget this, how to find a contractor. Okay? 12:30 to 1:30. We're gonna do lunch. You guys ain't going anywhere. You're gonna stay right there. You're gonna have food with me. I'm gonna feed you guys meat, fish, and good shit. Okay? Not peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. You're gonna network. I'm gonna bring in everybody that comes to this pays. So all the dumbass people that want free shit, those dumbass people can sit at home. Okay? Only people that pay go to this. Okay? Now, $596,000. $596,000. Okay? Today, I'm going to let 5 of you guys only. 5 tickets only. We're oversold, guys. I'm sorry. The first 5 people that get tickets, I'll give them to you for $297. You could bring your wife, your spouse for $100 more. Okay? Only 5. Sorry, guys. We're oversold. I promised people 170. We've already sold 200 plus tickets. Okay? If you guys want to go, the afternoon, we're going to do multifamily. Okay? We're going to go from 1:30 to 5 o'clock. I'll say 5-ish, because probably be closer to about 5:30. So I'll do 5-ish. Okay? Multifamily. Why is multifamily important, guys? Tell me in the chat. Why is multifamily important? It's more important than this. This is how you start. Why is multifamily more important than building houses? Taxes. All of you guys that have been following me, I know who's been following me. Taxes, guys. Taxes and profits. Here's why. If you take a house, that house was 2,500 square feet that we just wrote. Okay? 2,500. That's the under air area. That's the living area. That's the living area. The garage is maybe 1,000 square feet. So maybe it's a 3-car. Back porch, maybe it's 500 square feet. Front porch, 200 square feet. Altogether, 4,200 square feet. Times 2 is 8,400 square feet. 2 houses, guys. That's your total square feet of one home. For one home, 8,400 for 2. If you just go in and you do 8 units, 1,000 square feet, guys, 1,000 square feet. It's 8,000 square feet. How many of you guys think that doing an 8-unit apartment complex is an undertaking? It's the same undertaking as doing 2 homes, guys. By year number 2, you could be doing an 8-unit apartment complex. And a bank will lend you money on this. You build 2 homes and you resume into 2 homes, you have just resumed up to an 8-unit apartment complex. The bank will lend you money to do that. That 8-unit apartment complex, guys, is going to be worth about $2.5 million. How many of you guys would love to own a $2.5 million apartment complex? Anybody? Say yes if you want to own a $2.5 million apartment complex. I mean, I would. You know what's even better? You know the best part of owning it is, 1, it cash flows. But number 2, if the land costs you $500,000, you have a $2 million tax write-off that you could take 1,600,000, 1.6 million, sorry, $1.6 million. tax write-off in your first year. So all your profits that you make building houses is tax deductible, and this never expires. Never. It never expires. You can continue building houses till you make a net profit of $1.6 million and not pay any federal income taxes. Your neighbors will hate you, and all the entrepreneurs in the world will love you. And you will look in the mirror and you will love yourself for not having to pay federal income taxes. And that's illegal. That's a legal, legitimate tax loophole that incentivizes developers. So instead of making $170K on a house and writing a check to the IRS for 70K of that, 75K of that, you can keep 100% of this in your bank account. In the afternoon in Scottsdale, this is what we're doing, guys, right here. We're going to go in Scottsdale, and in the afternoon, I'm going to teach you guys how to underwrite the cost to build. And I'm also going to teach you guys how to underwrite the value of that asset. That way you know how to do both. Okay? And I'm going to have 200 badass people in Scottsdale. If you want to be one of them, you better get with my group now. Rick said that they've already been sold out. Okay, Rick, do 3 more. Do 3 more. I haven't even finished pitching it. He goes, where he sold more than 5. All right, Rick's telling me we're sold out. Okay, so I'll open up 3 more, guys. 3 more. Okay, 3 more tickets for Scottsdale only. Okay, now, how many of you guys, after we do this, want to come in and work with me and have support after you leave Scottsdale? How many of you guys want to have support after you leave Scottsdale? Look at your phone. You should have a link in your phone right now, guys. If you guys want Scottsdale, drop your phone number in the chat right now, and my team will give you a call. Okay? I'm not sure how the other 5 people purchased. Oh, Rick said they got the link. He just told me, because they got the link. Okay? There's a link that was text messaged to you guys. Sorry. There's a link that was text messaged to you guys. If you look at that link has a discounted registration link. That link is good for the next hour or so. Yeah, Rick already said we sold 10. We're only supposed to sell 8. Okay, no problem. Leave it open for an hour, guys. We'll just sell whatever we sell in an hour. No problem. Okay? Figure it out. Esther, how big is that venue? How many people did we tell the Hyatt that we were going to have?
Yes, 180.
180? You need to call him
Yes,
tomorrow.
but we can modify it. Needed.
Is the room big enough to modify? Is that in particular room, big enough? It is? Okay. We'll call them tomorrow and just make sure we got these people taken care of. We already have over 200 people signed up to go to Scottsdale. I want to make sure these people are dialed in and taken care of. Okay. Go ahead and get all these phone numbers over to Rick as well. And for those people that haven't bought, let's get them to get calls out from Steven and Angel, Josh and Rick, and Manny. Okay. And Edith. Okay. It's going to be at the Hyatt Regency Gainey Ranch in Scottsdale. Hyatt Regency Gainey Ranch. We'll send you guys a room block link. Okay. We'll send you guys a room block link. Once you register. Okay. Now, with that said, guys, how many of you guys want to come in and just work with me, guys? How many of you guys want to come in and work with me in Scottsdale? And not just in Scottsdale. How many of you guys would love to have the support of hundreds of people across the country? What cities are you guys from again? I know you guys from everywhere. Las Vegas, I saw a ton of times. San Antonio, Florida, El Paso, Boston, Orlando, Vancouver, Georgia, Jacksonville, Pennsylvania, Stockton, New Jersey, San Diego, Washington, Maryland, Virginia, Los Angeles, Carlsbad, South Carolina. Okay, look, guys, Oklahoma City, New York City. There's not a city that's been mentioned on here, Napa, that it doesn't have people in our community. Okay, Colorado, all the way across the United States. How many of you guys would like to have my help every week? Guys, how many of you guys like to have mentorship every week? By me, live, every week. Where you could bring me your deals every week. And you can ask me live questions every single week for 2 hours. It's really an hour and a half, but I always spend 2 hours. Okay? Let me ask you guys something. How many of you guys feel you're worth investing in yourselves? How many of you guys went to college again? To say yes, we went to college. How many of you guys would do it all over again? I mean, I'd go to college all over again. It's freaking fun. I had a great time. I'd do it all over again. Every semester, I spent about $300 on books. That was like 30 years ago. Okay? Look, guys, you guys realize that education pays in dividends? Do you guys know what that means? That your education pays in dividends? Do you know what that means? That means that you get paid forever. Once you learn things once, that one thing you learn forever goes up here in this memory bank. When it goes up here in this memory bank, you own it forever. It's the only thing you take with you when you die. You don't take that refrigerator. You don't take this oven. You don't take that car outside. You don't take the house you live in. Take one thing. Take this, guys. This is the number one most important thing you should be investing in. Because what you learn pays a lifetime of dividends. Meaning that you can't put a value on education. So for those of you guys that went to college, even though the vast majority of people that went to college don't use their degree, you learn something that in life it will help you with. Anytime you learn something, guys, it should pay back for the rest of your life in dividend. When I worked at a grocery store years ago, in 1989, when I got hired at Smith's as a sacker, I quickly became a cashier. I had to memorize hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of codes. I still know them today. Lettuce was 147. Tomatoes was 282. Carrots was 262. I remember the codes, man, 30 plus years later, guys. But the systems and processes that I learned as a manager in 1991, 92, when I became a manager, I used to open up my beauty salons, the dance school that my wife owned. I utilized to run my restaurants, and I utilized to build spreadsheets and do what I do in construction. I didn't make a lot of money. I got started at $3.82 an hour, but that education paid its price in dividends forever, and I still use it today. Here's the question, guys. What if you had an opportunity to work with me as long as the Jerome Maldonado platform existed? Let's say the platform exists for the next 10 to 20 years. And let's say for the next 10 years, you guys are able to come in and work directly with me and my team, and you guys get support from my entire community. How many people think that's a pretty damn good dividends to pay to enjoy the benefits of for the rest of your life? Take the next 5 to 10 years of education and be able to use it forever. Because you can go build fucking TikTok shop if you want and go make 30 grand like one of the guys that works for me. You could do that. He just quit his job, worked for it. I was like, man, I'm like, crazy. But, each their own. This will pay you forever, guys, forever. And my community, guys, for those of you guys that are really serious, it's not free. It's gonna cost you an investment because my staff don't work for free. The ads don't work for free. So if you guys want me to work, I won't invest in you if you don't feel you're worth investing in. Period. I won't. And the reason I started off the beginning of this call telling you guys, stop worrying about the president election. It doesn't freaking matter who wins or loses that election. As shitty as one is over the other, tomorrow is going to come. We're going to continue to grow as a nation. As bad as you might think it is, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't matter. The second that election's over, no matter who wins or loses, the world's going to continue moving forward. Large companies will continue to grow. And those of you guys who take action today will continue to profit. The problem is people have limited beliefs. They believe that election is going to change the world. It has the potential to make a big impact in the world. Yes. But the single largest variable in your financial future is not the president. The president ain't going to come to your house, knock on your door and say, hey, Anthony, get your ass up. It's time to wake up today. Maggie, ding, 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 ding. Here's some breakfast, baby girl. Get your ass to work. Ain't going to happen. Miss Kamala Harris ain't going to do it either. Only single person that's going to get your ass out of bed and make you go to work is you. The only person that's going to invest in themselves is you. The only person that's going to get out of what we teach and get what they put in is you. You're going to get exactly the equivalent of what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. And so my question is, are you worthy? Do you feel you deserve it? See, I'm here, you know. I have people, shit, man, I got a ton of them now. I'm just like thinking of this weekend. I was like, oh my God, my Build Wealth community, they're freaking crushing it. I have people like Angel and Carlos that are in Desert Hot Springs that are freaking building 2 houses right now and set to make $162,000 on each house. You know, first builds they've ever done. They were LP investors, limited partner investors in multifamily. Carlos was an electrician, unit electrician. Angel is a server at a restaurant. He's a waiter at a restaurant, a high-end restaurant. No construction experience. They're killing it. I have Miranda, stay-at-home mom, 4 kids. Her son just got his GED. He's been around us for the last 2 years, coming to our events with his mom, invested in our program with his mom. His mom is on house number 6. His mom was doing fix and flips, making $30,000 to $40,000. Miranda just finished her 6th house. She's making $260,000 per home, guys. 2 years. 2 years with me. 2 years. Her son just dropped out of high school, got his GED before he dropped out, and has been at every one of our events. He's like, damn, I just want to do this. And her son is now just opened up a yard cleaning service, bought a tractor in his truck, and he's using that money to deploy into building his first house. He was at our event this weekend, our Build Wealth Mastermind event. And he will be building his first house before the age of 17. Why can a 17-year-old do it? And why are you scared is my question. And the answer is because he has no limited beliefs. He's watching his mom do it. And his mom's not going to pay for it for him. She's making him do it on his own. That's why he opened up a tractor service and yard cleanup service. You guys get it? I have a firefighter, 4 years working with me. Built 4 homes this year. He's making $285,000 a home. He's not very smart either. He's going to be, all these people, by the way, they're going to be in Scottsdale. You can meet them in person. All of them. You can say, hey, where's Miranda? Hey, where is, hey, where is, who did I talk about? I have so many friggin' stories. I'm like, hey, where is Eddie? Hey, where is Josh? Hey, where are these people that are average people that have been working with Jerome for a year, 2 years, 3 years? You can go up to these people in Scottsdale and shake their hand, guys, and meet them and ask them questions and say, how? How did you do it as a firefighter? How did you do it as a physician? How did you do it as a stay-at-home mom? How? How did you do it? And they're going to tell you all the exact same thing. I got started working with Jerome 2-3 years ago, and I invested $10,000, and it was a lot of friggin' money. And I was scared and I didn't want to make the investment, but I did it anyways. And now I get paid in dividends. And I paid one time. For the rest of my life, I have access to Jerome and his team and his contacts and everybody that's around him. And forever, I know how to build homes now. And so I will never, ever be in a position where I don't have, because I'm getting friggin' rich doing it. Ask them, not me. If you guys want to be a part of my community and my build, buy, build, flip community, I'll allow five of you guys to sign up today. We don't allow more than 10 people a week to come in. We have people coming in organically every day. I'll allow 5 people today to come in. If you want to come in and be a part of my inner circle, my community, and you feel that you're worthy to invest in, if you feel you're worthy to invest in, then I'll invest my time into you. One time, no annual fees. You go in, I will take care of you forever. But you have to get off your ass and you have to go to work. If you're not going to get off your ass, don't put your phone number in for my team to call you. But if you want to work with me, drop your phone number in the chat right now, and I'll have my team give you a call. And when they call you, onboard. If you're not ready to onboard, then set up a call with the link that my team sent you. Okay? My team sent you a link. You can set up a call if you have questions. How many of you guys want to still come in and work with me? We will finance part of that for you guys too. By phone draw. Oh, Kim. Okay, cool. Andrea set an appointment. Andrea, drop them your phone number, because if 5 people come in, you might have to wait a week or two to come in. Oh, and but P.S. by the way, those of you guys who come in, I'll discount it $2,000 today only. But you guys have to sign up and work with us today. So today until midnight, I'll do it for 24 hours. So between tonight and tomorrow at 3 p.m., I'll knock $2,000 off one time. That's it. And you guys get a free ticket to go to Scottsdale for all of you guys that come in and start working in today. That's the incentive, guys. Hands down. Okay? And it's only from this webinar. It's only from this training. Okay? Don't come in 3 days from now, ask for that discount, because it doesn't exist. $8,000 discount is only today and today only. You guys come in, you guys get a payment plan, it'll be $10,000 after today. If you guys come in and you get a payment plan today, or you pay in full today, it's $8,000. And you guys get a free ticket to the Build Wealth Workshop in Scottsdale. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, I know you guys have a shit ton of questions, a lot. You can't learn everything in one day. Can't get a PhD in one day. So here's what I encourage you guys to do. For those of you guys that are ready to sign up and get started working in our community today, God bless you. Put your phone number in the chat. My team will call you right now. For those of you guys that have questions, then schedule a call with my team, get your questions answered, and allow them to answer your questions so that we can help you move forward, figure out exactly where you are. And for the rest of you guys, I'm not going to say what I was going to say. And for the rest of you guys, no, I'm just kidding. And for the rest of you guys, we love you guys. Just continue learning, guys. But I'm just telling you guys, for those of you guys that are ready, you guys come in and we got your back. For the rest of you guys, keep learning, keep coming in, keep learning, keep getting proximity. For those of you guys that are ready, the closer to proximity you get to me and my people, the quicker success you're going to have. Guarantee. I guarantee it. God bless you guys. Good night, and go ahead and compound your success. I love you all. Appreciate all your support. I want to see you guys, all of you guys. I want to see you fucking crush it. Every single one of you guys. Cool. All right. My team's going to stay on for a few minutes and collect phone numbers and stuff for those of you guys that haven't put them in. Thank you guys. God bless. Good night.